Hey, so we've got a little couple of models to do a quick unboxing for, so to speak, from a great company called SpellCrow. Check them out. I'll put the website link down below for you to be able to check out. But they sent me a couple of minis from their game. It's like a skirmish role-playing combat game, from what I can tell, called Umbra Terrace. A little bit of information on the back here. Says a fantasy skirmish game for 2 to 4 players. Minimum amount required to play is 6 models, so that's brilliant. Estimated play time is 20 minutes to an hour, so you can knock out a few games. Age of players 14 years old up. And what they've sent me is this Elf with Daggers version 2, so I'm not sure what the version 1 is, but let's have a quick little look. And it's an easy open clam pack, which is nice. I can just flip it open like this. Comes with a big square base. You've got this little leaflet in showing some of their other miniatures which somebody has painted beautifully for them. Got a little dwarf there, a little goblin with a pumpkin on his head, an elf ranger type model, goblin, and a hobgoblin mage, just pretty cool, and a female halfling with axe. Good to see that. Love the halflings. So this model, the thing you always look for when you look at a model like this is you try and check out, see if there's any sort of air bubbles or anything. I've had a quick little glance over and I cannot see any air bubbles apart from a very slight thinning around by the cloak, around by the head there, but that's nothing. Really well sculpted face. That's really important on a model like this because it's all cloak basically. It's got a beautiful face with a little whisk of hair coming out. Give you a bit of contrast. Probably do that like a blondie or reddy kind of colour for the hair. Contrast to the dark cloak. And then you've got your dagger off to the side here. Nice little patterning on the braces there. He's even got a ring on the finger that I can see. So that's pretty cool as well. And it looks like it had... maybe this was joined, but there's a little bit, I don't know if there's supposed to be more of a hilt there. Don't know if that's been knocked off or whether it was part of the moulding process there. But it's a lovely little model which you could use for this game if you want to get into it, or as a D&D model or anything else along those similar kind of lines. It's always nice to multitask with your models to save yourself a bit of money. Now this one looks very interesting. So this is a halfling with a pig. Now everybody's got to love a halfling with a pig. You can't go wrong when you've got a halfling with a pig. I would feel a bit sorry for the pig if it's his pet, okay, but as far as a halfling goes, it's probably, he's got his eye on it for a lunch at some point. So again, you get this card. It's got a couple of different models on it. Oh no, it's got the same models on it. That's pretty cool. Let's just get that outside. Again, big square base. They seem to have the same size bases, even though a halfling's small, so that's good. Same size bases. And he's a reasonably sizable guy really compared to this one. So if I put the two together, it's about foot level, and he's still a decent size. He's not a tiny speck of a chap. And he's got a couple of hand options, which is really nice as well. So you can either have him pointing, or you can have a dagger. I would go dagger myself. But he's got these beautiful scrolls all up and around his hat, tied to his hat as well. He's got a great big scroll that's unravelling there. It'd be interesting to see how he plays in the game really. But it's nice to have these little skirmish games that you can just whip out with your friends. Like I say, if they say it takes 20 minutes to an hour, probably once you know the rules. For me, it'd probably take a first game or two, probably could take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours I'd imagine, but that's just the way it rolls when you're learning a new game. And he's got this little pig. Now I'd need to check the artwork to see whether this pig is kind of on his base, if there's a room for him to go on his base, or how the pig is, if it's strapped to his back or something like that, you never know. So you've got this lovely little tongue in his mouth there. But they're beautiful little models, aren't they? They're fantastic little models that you can use for this game if you want to get into another little skirmish game that you can just whip out fast with your friends and knock out a game or two in a day. And then you can also use the minis for other things as well, standalone. I mean, this is a beautiful model, standalone little feature. If you wanted to paint it, you could use it as a townsfolk. You could even use it as a character that you're playing if you're playing a halfling model yourself, like a thief or I don't know what. I don't play D&D, but whatever classes they have in there. But you should check out SpellCrow because they do fantastic stuff. They do lots of alternative parts for models as well, like heads for orcs, marines, things like that, arms, bionics, weapons. They've got a fantastic range. So check out the link below for their website if you're unsure about them. You can always Google SpellCrow and it'll come straight up. Fantastic company. Hopefully I'm going to be working with them. I'm going to get these models painted up at some point. Probably going to be a painted up giveaway on my Twitch TV channel. So check out the link below for that as well. And yeah, check them out guys. Great little models.